And this place has loads of these. Ooh, this is the hub, isn't it? Yeah. And but yeah, as I was going to say, this place has loads of these statues around. Hub key is here. Definitely gonna activate that. Then we can just go there whenever we wish, which is lovely. And I assume the enemies don't use it at least, because that would be a little bit dangerous. If the enemies would also just use it as a teleportation location. House of Braids. Not a House of Needles, but a House of Braids. Sounds very intriguing, if I might say so. Yeah, this just takes me back into this spot where we were before. So that's not exactly helpful. House of Braids? Question mark. So it has a lot of platforms. Aha. Okay, so this just activates this and it doesn't. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Like these themselves are somewhat like platforms, which is very strange. There's a key there. I don't know exactly what to expect here, to be completely honest with you. I guess we would need to be, like, they always open / close the ones that they are next to. It at least seems like that's the case. So we would be able to get into this spot, but then we pretty much would be blocked into dropping down. Because we cannot go into any way without going and dropping, which is probably not something we exactly should have done. But we can always... What? I used the freaking wrong button. I was meaning that I would use that to get here, but that didn't quite work. But okay, then I'm just back in the sewers. That's okay. That's not too serious after all. Okay, well, let's just get back up, I guess. Ooh, this is the other location though, so that's fine as sus. I just need to come and then... That's very interesting looking. No idea what that is. We can just as well come here now then. Surely enough. Why not? Just need to be careful enough. It's gladly this ochre was in a different spot. So it wasn't that bad of a location that he decided to be in. Lovely. Got him. More of these spike clubs, which is fine. Sewerage is out. What? Okay, is it just one of these sea herbs? Seems like it. It looked a lot more interesting from further away, but what are you? If you wish to enter crystal mines, you must take the way of the snail. If you wish to enter the crystal mines, you must take the way of the snail. That's interesting. That was about it, right? If you wish to go to the crystal mines, you must take the way of the snail. If you wish to enter crystal mines, you must take the way of the snail. Basically the same thing, even if I used a little bit different words. But yeah, we have to look into doing that braid one. We have to just tactically think it through. I was thinking anyways that I wanted to drop down once just to make sure where we were. But it was a location where we wouldn't have needed to go. But anyways, we needed to come here of course anyhow. Sooner or later, so that's no harm done exactly. We actually have everything we need for one more element. This is the elemental shrine of air. Air is the rune of dexterity, storms and flight. Northeast is whence the forces of air are strongest. So yeah, northeast. North? East. So would they be then in the cemetery slash the ruins of Desarune? Province of Umas? Not ruins of Desarune, but the fire was here. And then air would be here. Earth was somewhere over there in the south regardless. And so should then be the water. Follow the footsteps of Gilhagan the Wise. Follow the footsteps of Gilhagan the Wise. Ah, this is just Hamlet of Stormbridge. That's kind of a shame. I would have wished it would be more than just the Hamlet. Follow the footsteps of Gilhagan the Wise. I guess I could write it too. Wasn't Gilhagan the pirate that was already mentioned in the very shipwreck speech that he shipwrecked here as a captain, and what was important to him was the sword and the rapier and so on? I think it was the same guy, right? Gilhagan. And then bring forth 4 power gems to fuse them into the essence of the element. Not all of the gems lay under the skies, some of them are buried deep underground. Yes. But we do happen to have 4, so we can do this quite easily. And the rumble happens. Lovely. And there is the essence of air. So we got 3 essences. Down. Down. Essence of fire, essence of earth, and the essence of air. Lovely. That is pretty sweet though. Can't say that. So then I don't see any good reason for us to ever return exactly into this location. Unless we, for some reason, would need to come and check on this guy. But basically I wrote it everything that he said down anyway. So wouldn't be any need of. Shouldn't be any need of doing so either. Well, let's go back on top from the other way then. The same way rather still though as before, just because we already started to go through that way. And we can go towards the area where we started from then a little bit later on. But there was anyways this interesting braid one that we would need to figure out. So kind of a puzzle that we should be trying to do, surely. Not the House of Needles, but the House of Braids. But yeah, if I am correct, it just seems to be that it's always the ones next to you, though that did also open up. But that did now at least close. Let's try to see if it happens to every time. Like, do all of these, then open up. And this closes. Does anything else change? Nothing else seemed to have changed. And there's, I think we need to hit all of these 4 switches. So if we go into here, we would be able to still go into this spot. And from there we would be able to go around, but we would definitely, of course, not be able to go into that. But we wouldn't be able to go into it anyways. But that is possible as such. Not sure if this will take us completely anywhere, but I guess we'll see. This way I would be able to make it all the way here, so that doesn't sound completely that bad. And actually, I should be able to even make it to that key, which does not sound too bad of an idea. But of course it's a different question if I can make it happen completely here, which is probably the answer is no. There is a chest there. I'm just basically following how things happen to go. I can't go into that after I go into this, so that works. But unfortunately then I'm stuck here. It's a question, of course, we'll see if that will happen or not. If actually this will stay open when we drop, or if this completely resets, which is probably the answer is that when we go into that it resets. So then we would need to hit all the buttons, but the key we anyways do have. And actually, I think this key opens the shortcut down in the sewers. That's what I could assume. It looks like it could be doing something like that. I could try one thing. I could try if, with some luck, something like this maybe could influence this. I doubt it very much indeed that would be able to go and actually press that, but I had to at least check it out and try. Even though I did think that that's not gonna work. At least we are dropping in the water. It's just a question where in the water are we. Okay, in this location. So just need to climb up here and we are fine. We might as well go and check if we can find the spot where the short... if this key works for the thing that I was thinking that it should be maybe for this shortcut. Just completely suddenly, can I talk? It did work for it. We'll see. It does make sense that it just allows you to, okay, it allows you to just simply get into here immediately, which is nice. So you don't have to go through that completely, and yeah, this was a reset, which is not too surprising, of course. The start does work here though pretty nicely like this. So one can probably go and do it like this. However, then we would have to consider this in a different way for a certainty. So, for example, if I go here, I can still go here and the way is still open to go in and doing something different. If I go now into here, I can then go into here, then I should be able to go here and then into there. But like, if I go here, it opens this, it opens that, but it doesn't close this, so it closes if I would go into that, so it doesn't work if I go into it from this direction. Basically, the problem is that these both are already up. So we would have to, if we go into here, it will close. If we go into here, it will close. So we would have to deal with that problem first, like go around so that we already trigger it once at least before we step into one of these sort of spots. And that way we should be able to exit from there too. But we'll see if I can actually manage to make that work. Because I would like that to be that way around, but unfortunately, again, it just gets me into this situation because I didn't look closely enough that does this go and happen or not. But it's fine, we can get up there now then very easily. However, hey, one more of these that I hadn't noticed. Now I'm just spending time here in the water when I shouldn't. But I'm like, I can stay alive long enough now in the water anyway, so it's not that big of an issue. Which is true. But I think that I got the right idea for that puzzle, but just exactly the right way to go and handle it. Like I think it should be okay regardless that I go to the left side as I have thus far, because it's far enough from here so that it shouldn't influence how we go about and do it from that direction. So this should be just fine. However, how do we want to handle the future area is then a different question. So if I go and step into that spot is open, so I should be able to trigger that and go into there and still move into there. And then maybe there, start going that way and then go around. Maybe. Maybe that could work. I'm not quite sure if it will. This will be closed though now. If I would go into this spot. Yeah. That won't quite work still. Like, I would need both of these, for example, then closed. I have to be working a lot more into the direction or the idea of actually getting this to work. That would be nonetheless closed, so when we would be stepping into this, it would open up. So we can get out of there right now, which is good. Of course, it's maybe just something that I gotta do twice. Like, if I go into it now, I can come into here. That will be opened up, of course, in the meantime. And then I could try to go into here. And, like, this is definitely not an option. I can't go to that straight away. I could go into here, then at least into here. I could definitely go all the way around. Like, that's no problem, but then we would still need to be figuring out how to solve this issue, of course. Maybe I do need to just try to be making it one at a time, more or less. Because can as such pretty easily do all of this. I would prefer this to stay closed, so that when I step into this, it will actually go and be something that I could step into in the future. If I go from here now into here, it should possibly work, actually. And then me getting into there. Why didn't I actually think that it doesn't work straight away into that spot? Like, yeah, in the future, in the very last step there could work, but not that. Don't be silly. Don't like hurry too much when you don't have to. Silly person. It's just that when you already think that, hey, I got the solution almost, but the problem is you got it almost, you don't have it quite. You don't have it quite. But I think this will work for the start, as said. Then we just need to think, how do we want to exactly go about doing this area here? A lot of them will be closing behind us if we would go right now, so that's kind of a problem. I can again use that route for sure, easily, but that doesn't exactly help me. It's just something that I'm kind of stressing out a little bit, that I should be solving this soon, but if I just stress out about it, that's not gonna exactly help me. If I just go into there, that's gonna be blocked from me, basically, to try to go forward from that direction. I need these sort of steps that I can for sure go into. I basically have screwed myself over, I think, because I need to come into here and then I have to go into here right now, and that's basically going to be taking me into this sort of a situation, which is not going to be helping me at all. It may be that I shouldn't just try to do one of them at a time. I think that's really the thing over there. I need to concentrate doing them both at the same time. As I think still that this start should work okay as it is. I think anyways. I could go even from here if I wanted to and just... Like, I can go here, then that is going to be blocked though. Do I want to do that? It would be triggering that. I could go in that side, yes, but this one is of course the one that I know that works at least for going all the way in here, and then I could be triggering this, which I kind of like as the idea. This isn't really good enough, I'd say, though. I'm kind of in the same situation as I was before, I'd say. I guess I'll try this. Now at least this would be triggered too. This too would be the wrong way, so to speak. But if we would then get into one of these locations from here, that should be okay for each one of those mayhap. But yeah, I'm not quite sure this is gonna be working out, to be honest. But I don't know, maybe. Maybe I can make it work. No, if I go into there now, that will be real bad. So, if I go somewhere, I should do that. And then maybe I could somehow make it work. If I go all the way around again, I guess. Like, now they are all at least the same way. So, that's something. If I now went back into here, I could step into this. Yes. And then I could step into there, and I could step into there, but I could not step into the last bit. So, that's going to be a problem. So I could step here, but yeah, this is of course also not going to work, but the last one would not work, so that would be a problem. I could of course go and just visit in this one, though, because I can go into here. Then I could go into here, that would open that. And that would open that back up, and then this would be able to be done, and so on and forth. So, I guess I can try that. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay here forever. Okay, well, I'll try this. Even though I'm suspicious if I'll be able to exactly make this work. I should be really concentrating properly and not just, hey, I'll just check how this will be going and go by that kind of a feeling, sort of based. Not exactly the best solution. It's like, I'm all the time sort of, oh, now I'm blocking this, well, now I'm blocking this on the other hand, now this is an option, but now this isn't an option, and so on and forth. So if I go and step into this, I would be able to go here, I would be able to go here, and this would have opened this up, because I would have gone into here, so this would be possible to go from here then. This should be possible then too. I'm not sure if this would be possible, so this should be okay to work. However, I do need to at least use that though. Yes. Lovely. I made it work. Ooh, a mole. That sounds interesting. Too many weapons to try to be choosing from. I like both of these too. What am I gonna choose? Both are two-handed weapons. So this does 18 to 55 damage plus strength. Cooldown 7 seconds. This does a little bit less damage. 14 to 43 strength. Cooldown 6 seconds, so a little bit less cooldown though. Both require heavy weapons 3. Then this at the cleave, special attacks, a mighty blow that deals massive damage and ignores 10 points of damage, points of enemy's armor. A mighty blow, yes. Ignores 10 points of enemy's armor. And this would be a massively powerful blow that pushes back enemies. A powerful hammer that you always thought was merely a myth. It looks almost too massive for a human to use. I don't know which one I like the more. Both use the same amount of energy. This is a little bit not as heavy. Slightly, that is. I don't know. What do I want to do? I could try this out at least. The problem is, of course, that I still am carrying way too much then. So I basically would, for example, need to go and pick this up and carry it where I would like to, like in the hub. I would think that it would be a lot nicer to be able to take this to the hub. I guess there shouldn't be anything else in here though, because it doesn't really make much sense that there's even more in here though. That like looked almost like a bug because the vegetation is going just a slightly bit through. Well, I cannot quite exit here that easily yet. I'm going around in here because of reasons. Sniff, sniff. I would just like to be able to actually exit from this location that I'm gotten myself stuck in. Lovely. Eesh. Let's just... Was there anything really interesting over here? Not really that I need to actually be carrying around, so let's just go back to the hub. Like we know that this would be taking me around in here, and leave that right there. And then just return. But I think I got what was over there, which is nice, of course. I do kind of wonder if there was some other location actually. Also, did I look that completely through? But some other location that would have opened up because that something weird attacked us from that direction? Not sure. Not sure. Let's just... Yeah, I can't look into there anything more. I doubt there was anything... Anything that interesting over there though. Like as in secret buttons or something. At least I didn't notice to keep an eye on any. Maybe I will look later from a recording or some such. So that is the area that I have not I just accidentally stopped recording for a moment and then restarted it. But as I was saying, that is the location that I haven't looked at yet. Okay, let's just do another quick save. Maybe I should actually stop here and we'll continue from here next time. Just so that I don't actually screw myself with accidentally stopping the recording and all that. So, yeah, I'll stop here for now. And we shall be continuing looking through this area next time. And hopefully then also going and having a look into that. And then going to the cemetery too and everything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time with more Legend of Grimrock 2. And bye bye for now.